Hey, this is Liz, and you're listening to the SouthCack Syndicate Podcast.
What's your definition? Your true define side hustle.
I would kind of define it as maybe something you do. It's not your full-time gig. That maybe you want to be your full-time gig at some point, right?
Sure.
I think that's what a lot of people. That's what their side hustle ends up being. They're in the corporate world. They're doing the day-to-day. They're clocking in and out, and they don't want to be there forever. So they start a side hustle, hoping that maybe one day they can transition away from.
So is it because they don't like their job? Is it because they want a new four-wheeler? Is it because does it always have to base around security and revenue? Or can side hustles be, I'm really passionate about planting gardens, and so I'm going to tell people how to plant gardens or whatever the content or product
I think it has less to do with short-term goals, like a four-wheeler, and more to do with a long-term deal. If you like to plant gardens and you feel like you can make a living with a blog or whatever at some point, and it's really what you love to do, that'd be the dream job. Sure. So you start that in hopes that you can transition out of a normal 9-to-5 into.
So financial security, would you say probably the number one reason people start that, or not financial security, more financial freedom.
Freedom.
There you go.
To do what they love.
The security comes in the day job that has their insurance, their benefits, their, this is why I go to work type of thing.
That's right. And I think that's what we're going to find too in this podcast as we talk about some of these side hustles that we've tried. They weren't necessarily what we loved, or at least for me, it wasn't necessarily something I loved. I just felt like, oh man, this is a good gig. I can make some good money. I don't know that I ever looked at them as it'll be the end. Like I'm gonna transition and do this and that'll be it. I think for me, it wasn't a short-term thing. Like I didn't want a four-wheeler or whatever, but I felt like, man, if I can, make a couple extra grand a month to invest, property, whatever it is, maybe that'll get me to where I want to be.